Okay, guys, let's start this session. So, this is Puneet, and today we are going to talk about MS Word. So, in today's class, we will talk about what is MS Word, history of MS Word, the extensions which are present in the software, then layout, tabs and ribbons, quick exit toolbar, different views in Microsoft Word, and alignments in Word. Then we are going to talk about the shortcuts available in MS Word and some MCQs for the revision. That will be our today's syllabus. So let's start this class, guys. Let's start this class with what is Microsoft Word. Okay. So what is Microsoft Word? First of all, Microsoft Word is a word processing software. There are different kind of software available in the market, and some softwares, let's say take an example of VLC, or let's say Microsoft Media Player. They are a kind of media players, right? So media player, there is a option VLC available which you can use, right? Okay. Real player, VLC, Microsoft Media Player, and there are multiple options available for multimedia players. Okay, great. Then you can use note taking apps, right? There are multiple options available: Notepad, Notepad plus plus, or let's say Obsidian. Multiple applications are available. Similarly, there is a category called word processing software, and word processing softwares are of many kinds, right? So let's say you can use Google Docs. Google Docs is a very good option. Similarly, we have Microsoft Word. Very old, very unique, and easy to use, right? So Microsoft Word is a word processing software. Remember that. It's a it is developed by Microsoft and is a part of Microsoft Office Suite. Okay. So as the name suggests, basically it was developed by Microsoft and it is a part of Microsoft Office Suite. Okay. What is Microsoft Office Suite? So it is a package of Office essential softwares. What is Microsoft Office Suite? It is a package for Microsoft essential softwares, right? In this package, we got like MS Word, MS Excel, MS PowerPoint, MS OneNote, or Quick Access, or many other applications are available in Microsoft Office Suite, right? So these kind of applications combined together are called Microsoft Office Suite. Okay. So remember that Microsoft Word is a software available in Microsoft Office Suite package, right? Okay. It enables you to create, edit, and save professional documents like letter and reports. So, for what we have to use Microsoft Word? If you want to create, edit, or save some professional documents, let's say letters, reports, or some projects or something like that, right? So these kind of things you can create over Microsoft Word, and you can like create new documents, edit them, or basically save them for longer use. So these kind of things can be done by Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word works on the concept of what you see is what you get. Short form is available on your screen. Please check out once. WISIWIG. Okay. So they can ask you the full form, right? What you see is what you get. Means whatever I am watching on my screen, similar, approx totally similar, 99% approx. I will get as a printout, right? If I take the printout of that document, what I am watching on the screen, I will get 99% similar output, right? So that is what you see is what you get. Okay, remember that. Okay, now let's move ahead and let's understand the history of MS Word. It is very interesting, guys. It is very interesting. So Microsoft Word was released in 1983 basically as multi-tool Word. So released in 1983 and named as multi-tool Word. Remember that, guys. Remember that. That is important. What was the initial name of MS Word? It was multi-tool Word. When it was released 1983. Okay, great. Now Charles Simonyi and Richard Brody were the two creators of MS Word, or you can say multi-tool Word. Okay, so Charles Simonyi and Richard Brody, these are the two creators of MS Word, or you can say multi-tool Word. Okay, now initially it was not with the MS or I should say Microsoft, right? So its first version was based on a framework of Bravo, which was Word's first graphic writing program. Remember that? The framework they use in MS Word or multi-tool Word was Bravo, and it is a framework for developing graphic writing programs. What is graphic writing program? Basically a program uh, for basically writing a program that you can use to write basically novels, reports, or letters, or something like that for writing basically, but graphically. Okay. In the early days, we are talking about 1983's, guys. At that time, multiple users were using CMDs. CMDs, uh, they open basically, they write a command, and after that, whatever they write, they can save that in a file. So most of the time, people were using that, and in CMD option or command prompt option, basically, they were not able to, let's say, customize it according to the need, right? So they cannot indent it, or they cannot put spaces from the start, or they cannot put images on those files, right? So there was a need of graphical writing program. Graphical means what I can see with my eyes. So they needed something which we can see, like how it will look on a paper, right? So graphical writing program, the Bravo was the framework on which they develop multi-tool Word, right? Okay, now MS Word for Mac was introduced by Microsoft as Word 1.0 in 1985. Remember that? MS Word for Mac, they introduced it for Mac, not for Windows. Not for Windows, they introduced it for Macintosh, the Apple laptops, right? So they release it for Mac uh, as Word 1.0 in 1985, guys. Remember that. Not for Windows, which is a product of Microsoft, right? You can see that they have their own operating system, which is called Windows 10, Windows 11, and so on. So they are not launching their software on their own platform. They are launching it or on the Apple platform, the Mac, right? On March 25th, 2014, Microsoft made the source code of Word for Windows 1.1a available to the public. Okay. So what is source code? First of all, we are going to talk about what is source code. Source code is the actual code that is being written by the developers. So, let's say, uh, let's take an example. Let's myself, Puneet, right? I am a user. So, I need to install MS Word on my computer. Okay. For installing MS Word, I will need a software, right? Okay. EXE file, right? A EXE file. Okay. So setup.exe. Okay. I have a setup.exe. I double click it and it will be installed. Okay. Now, this is not the code. This is encrypted, right? This is encrypted. This is not the actual code. This is the encrypted code, right? Available in 01, right? So actual code is being written by the developer, then they encrypt it, and then they create a setup file, and they give that setup file to the user so I can install that, right? Okay. So the source code, the code written by the developer is important because no one knows that. Only Microsoft company knows what they are writing. Okay.